trying to make it all make sense.
The
More.
You
No.
Podcast.
Like legit, like if they create like a virtual reality thing, like technology gets to the point where you can like literally go anywhere and it's like a 4D, like a whole immersive experience where you can just live everywhere, anywhere you want, any simulation you want. You want to visit any memory you want, you can just go and actually relive it. You're gonna end up doing that shit. Like you're gonna jump in it.
Sure. I don't know
It's like
though
one of those.
when that will be.
Yeah, I mean, it may or may not be in our lifetime, but when that does happen, like people are gonna just do that because that's one thing that would like depress me. I'm like, oh man, like because Black Mirror always portrays that as like that's kind of like depressing, where you kind of escape this reality, but you just put on like a helmet and you're actually physically in another reality. And
Yeah.
that's kind of sad.
I think
But I
it's
mean, you could be in it. You could be in it right now. So, like, who knows?
we could be in it at this point, and then at the same time, I feel like it's also a glass half empty type of approach to it, where I feel
Mhm.
like human nature and desire and stuff, humans will crave just as much having in true experiences in reality rather than these virtual experiences. Like they'll play around with it and they'll tool around with it, but at the end of the day, they're going to thirst for real life experience. That's
Okay, so you
just as
think they're gonna
possible.
take off the virtual reality and just kind of try to make it in this world?
Yeah, like kind of like how the Fibonacci sequence works, where if somebody gets a nose job, you can just tell it's like artificial, and your brain at the end of the day subconsciously just doesn't really think it's natural and real. I feel like at
Uh-huh.
the end of the day, no matter how close it gets, unless we're really living in a simulation, it's going to be something where we're going to be able to slightly tell that it's not real, or at least have the understanding that it's not real, it's artificial. And then at that point, there's going to be at least a certain portion of the population that's going to continue to live in reality because they crave real life experience and they discern the difference between reality and these artificial experiences that may feel similar and may provide similar feelings, but at the end of the day, they aren't real.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. Hopefully that's the case. I feel like that's something I'd do.
Yeah, that's how I'd go about it. But at a certain point, there's like evolution and things are inevitable.
Yeah. How crazy is that with the orangutans and spearfishing? That's dope.
It is, dude. And then they're called like capuchins. Is that how you pronounce it?
Mhm. Yeah, the
They've been
little tiny ones.
yeah, they've been using tools for up to like 3,000 years, they believe.
Damn.
Yeah, they found this spot where they've been continually breaking down like seeds and fruit and stuff with tools, kind of like how Indians would.
That's dope.
Yeah, and then also because it's gone through so much time, they're able to tell that they have some sort of archaeological history. So like
Uh-huh.
they're taking note of things and then passing it along through generations because they're not only crafting the same tools, but they're making upgrades throughout time. So like somebody's not only giving them the instructions on how to make the tools, but they're also discerning like, oh, this is an issue with it and we need to make an upgrade here.
Oh, so they upgrade on their own.
Yeah, and they pass that along through generations, just like a human would.
That's dope. I know bonobos have been doing that for a while, and I know chimps do that. I know chimps cooperate too. Like they share their tools, so it's not like they just use it once and then chuck it. They like if one of them needs it, they pass it on. And I know that bonobos actually they capture little animals and keep them as pets, like just purely as pets.
That's interesting. And that's actually really interesting because we didn't start domesticating any animals of any kind until around 15,000 years ago, and the first was a dog. And that's why
Yeah.
we have such good understandings and such close relationships with dogs in comparison to any other animal. But it's kind of interesting because, say, like really developing consciousness that was similar to what we have was around 70,000 years ago. So think about that whole
Hmm.
time span before we got to the point where we started keeping pets.
Yeah.
Because even before that 70,000 years where they were at an equal level of consciousness, we were using tools and stuff for tens of thousands of years before that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know
for
something
sure.
interesting too?
What?
So you know how they call it the Stone Age, and the Stone Age is correlated with the use of tools?
Mm-hmm.
So you would assume that these tools would be made out of stone of some sort, almost like arrowheads.
Yeah.
But that's actually not the case, and most of the tools that were used were made out of wood.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense.
It does make sense, but it's an odd word to choose to associate with this age rather than calling it the Wood Age. I hope this talk makes a positive impact in your life. Please subscribe to the podcast wherever you are listening or watching it. Check out other episodes, leave a review, and follow us on social media at More You Know Pod. Also, please don't forget about our sweepstakes. Retweet a clip with the hashtag The More You Know and New Podcast from our Twitter for a chance to win a signed copy of my upcoming book, The More You Know, coming this fall. Tag 2 friends in the comments on a clip on Instagram for a chance to win a brand new copy of Dean Graziosi's Millionaire Mindset or Ed Milet's Max Out. Like us or share a clip on Facebook for a chance to win a book I have read that highly inspired me, signed by me with an inspirational message. Again, thank you for listening as we propel with podcasting through the more you know.
I'm just trying to make it all make sense.
The
More
You
No
Podcast.